And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? I'm your host, Andy Class, and joined by
Jabron,
the Parlay Pounder.
got it.
Now, we talked NCAA basketball, a little Super Bowl recap, Daytona 500. How about Jake Bartecki?
Great, just great insight. Knows everything about NASCAR that you could actually know, teammates, make and model, all that stuff. So it was very fun having Jake on, and thank you for jumping on, Jake.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, he really was getting after it there. Had some great insight that we could use on some of the betting lines that we talked over. So just a great guest for Where's the Line. We'll probably have to look him up again throughout the
For
summer
sure.
as NASCAR gets into full swing.
Yes, sir, Andy. Can't wait to call that guy up on a couple bets. So
All right, well, let's finish strong like we always do. We're going to
yeah,
start with the Octagon UFC Fight Night. Then we're going to get into some World Championship boxing from across the pond in
yeah,
Nottingham Arena. And
in England,
not as posh as it sounds.
right?
It's just a good old boxing arena.
Yeah,
And we're in store for a good one. But let's start with UFC Fight Night. Jordan Wright taking on Zach Pauga. Both these guys out of the United States. Pauga, heavy favorite, minus 275 over Jordan Wright.
yeah, Andy, and just the way what you're talking about there, Jordan Wright stumbles into UFC at the Apex here for Fight Night. 1-4 record in his last 5 fights.
Yeah.
He's been finished before the end of the second round in each of his last 3 outings. Most recently, TKO lost to Dusko at UFC 62 in Vegas. Um, the way that I think the UFC is kind of going right here is they really like this young kid, Zach Pauga. He was
Mhm.
on the Ultimate Fighter. He lost in the finale to Usman, which is, the main guy's
Yeah.
little brother in a really good one. So I think they're trying to hand this guy a win, kind of.
Mm.
But I think that's where it's going. Like I said, Zach Pauga is coming off a knockout loss to Muhammad Usman in his UFC debut. They got pretty much similar stats right now, but I think Zach Pauga is the overall better technical fighter, and I really think that he might be able to knock this guy out.
Well, he weighs so much more. I'm just looking at the tail of the tape, 185 versus 239.
Yeah,
That makes me think Pauga is going to have a lot more power. And you mentioned the last run that Jordan Wright's on. His professional record is 12-4, with all four of those losses coming as of late.
yeah, and like you said, this is a good enough fighter in Jordan Wright to really amp up a fight with Pauga to
Yeah.
say, oh, Pauga just took down a really, really good fighter, a guy that's won 12 fights in the UFC. But also, this this Pauga is going to come in and say, it doesn't really matter. I'm here to stay, and this is a really good fight for him to show that he belongs and
Yeah.
that he has the power to go deep.
Yeah, and all the fun starts at 6 Central Time from the UFC Apex in shiny, glitzy Las Vegas, Nevada. Should we talk main event?
Let's do it. Let's get it right into it, Andy.
That's women's flyweight bout. Jessica Andrade, the number 3 contender in the world, hailing out of Brazil with her blue hair, taking
Yeah.
on the American Erin Blanchfield, who's the number 10 10 what do you want to say, 10 ranked,
Yeah.
number 10.
In the world. Yeah, in the
Yeah,
world.
in the
No,
world, and she's got a 10-1 record to go along with that. Odds kind of hard to come by, so that tells me they're going to be pretty close here.
yeah, no, this is a fight that the tail of the tape, these are two of the best, like you said, in the division. Andre has been a UFC champion and is always looking for that next challenge. So
Yeah,
this is a really good fight for her to, not just get back up to the top, but show people that she's still there, she's still in fight contention, and that she can, grab that belt once again after she takes care of Blanchfield. I really like Andre's power is what makes her so dangerous. 6 of her last 9 fights have ended in a knockout victory
whew,
for her. On the other side of that, Blanchfield has yet to knock out anyone at the UFC level. Her wins have come, unanimous decision or submission.
yeah.
I really like Jessica in this one. I like the power. I like the veteran. I just like everything about Jessica.
Yeah, you got to like the experience. 24-9 professional record compared to 10-1 for only Blanchfield. And once again, I'm looking at the weight,
Yeah.
132 to 125 in favor of who you're on here, Jessica Andre. I think that's going to be a factor.
Yeah. I just think it's all those are really good points, Andy, but Blanchfield is inexperienced. At
Yeah.
the age of 23 years old, she's going to be in trouble. This is literally one of the best woman fighters of all time at the UFC level in Jessica Andre. She is going to win. Right now, like you said, the line's sitting there right at, I have her at minus 135.
Okay.
What you're going to want to look at, Andy, is closer to Saturday. Look at Jessica Andre by KO/TKO. She is going to
Ooh.
knock this chick out. Jessica by TKO, one of the best bets of the weekend.
Little nugget in there, and all this action is going to be on ESPN Plus. So
Yeah,
just you got to throw ESPN a couple little more chips there. Just
no
just
doubt.
add on to the package that you're already all over. So no biggie, no biggie.
No
Should we
biggie.
jump across the pond and talk some championship boxing?
Yeah, Andy. This is the WBA World Featherweight title showdown between defending champion Lee Wood, who sits at 26-2, and the challenger Marcerio Lara at
Lara.
25-2-1. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, this is going to be a really good one. This was originally scheduled for September of 2022, but postponed because of Woods' injury. So, I mean, you look at the tail of tape here, Andy, and these
Yeah.
guys are straight across with height, reach, record,
Yeah.
stance, everything. The only
Yeah.
thing that looks a little obscured to me is the age difference. Lee Wood coming in at 34 years of age, and Lara at 24.
I was going to say 24, hailing from Mexico City. He's got a professional record of 25-2-1. Out of those 25 victories, 18 knockouts. I mean, he is packing a punch with him. And you talk about the age difference. A lot of times, those older boxers, they don't fare too well when they're paired up against an up and comer, and that might be the case here. Wood versus Lara.
Yeah, Andy, that's the way most people are looking at this fight. And you know, all to that, that's the way you have to look at it. Both Wood and Lara are power punchers, Andy,
Yeah.
and who likely stay in the pocket, exchange blows with their opponent. So I kind of give the edge here, Andy, to the guy that I think has a little bit more power, a little bit more experience,
Oh.
and has taken a few more shots. The guy that has the better chin, which I believe that Wood does. I think Lee
Ooh.
Wood retains the belt. I think he's back to 100%. That's another thing that people are going to be weighing on. Is he 100% coming from that bicep injury that he just had?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're thinking Wood's going to lay the wood.
Yeah, no, I'd take him in a late TKO, one of the later rounds. So, like we said when we were talking about Terrence Crawford probably about a month ago,
Yeah.
look at those nuggets when they put out these betting lines,
Uh-huh.
round 7 through 12, just where it's at, because
Yeah.
that's where you find a lot of value. But my best bet of the night for this would be a
Ooh.
TKO victory for Lee Wood.
Okay, okay. Well, we haven't hit on one yet, Mr. Parlay Pounder. Do you have a parlay play for the people?
I do, Andy, and it's just literally going back through the three fights that we just talked about. I got a three-teamer going. Zach Pauga at a minus 280. I got Jessica Andre at a minus 135, and then bringing it all home, Lee Wood at plus 193 right now, putting $20 on this to win 118.
Ooh, that's a pretty decent little return rate there. Do you feel pretty good about those three individual fighters?
I do. And obviously, the big one is taking Lee Wood as the underdog, but I believe that he is back to 100%. I think he has the experience to take down this young up and comer.
All righty, all righty. Well, that'll about do it for us this week. So be sure to follow us on YouTube for all those YouTube shorts and feature-length videos and episodes. Twitter and TikTok, our daily picks throughout each and every week. That's picking up a lot of traction.
It is very
And
fun to
also,
communicate with you guys.
And also those feature-length videos that we're going to be putting on YouTube and also other places, other mediums, maybe on down the road, maybe a little teaser right there. So for Jabron, the Parlay Pounder, I'm Andy Klassen. Thanks, folks, for listening. This has been WTL.